Hi, welcome back. I'm Andre Rodrigues.
And I'm Annabelle Earth.
Our guest today comes from UK originally. He's a writer, actor, director, hopefully producer in future. He's been involved in many projects on stage, film, even some music videos. We'd like to welcome Nigel Goodwin.
Hi. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's great to be here.
What have you got going these days? What's new with you?
Oh, I'm doing a lot of stuff. As you say, I write, I act. I'm mostly acting at the moment. So I'm actually rehearsing a play at the moment. We're doing To Kill a Mockingbird up at Stirling Theatre. And I have just got myself a part in a play called 6 Dance Lessons in 6 Weeks, which is going to be on at CADS in July and August. So I'm going to be really busy with rehearsals in the next few weeks.
Can you even dance to start with? Is that a... Or have you got 2 left feet like I do?
I did do some dancing about 9 years ago. So it's, funnily enough, I actually did dancing lessons at the same time that I was doing acting classes back in England. And I kept up the acting, but I kind of let the dancing go. But now I've got the perfect excuse to get back into the dancing and combine it with the acting. So I'm really looking forward to that show. 6 Dance Lessons in 6 Weeks is going to be so much fun.
And who's that by? Which?
It's by an American writer called Richard Alfieri.
Okay.
And I believe, I think one of the other amateur theatre groups did it in Perth about 3 or 4 years ago, and it's going to be revived up at CADS, so we're really excited about this one.
And do they have any tentative dates of when it's going to be shown?
It's going to be, I think, the last week of July, first couple of weeks of August, something like that.
Okay, we'll look up for it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you do not stack it on stage with your new dancing coming back up. And since you've obviously had quite the career, you've done so much stuff, what's something you wish you knew when you started working in the arts and entertainment industry?
Wow. When I first started, I was actually really more into writing than into anything else. And I did most of my work in isolation, and that was my big mistake. Writers should not work by themselves. Think of the stereotypical image of the writer locked away in an attic room, typing away all by themselves. Since I've been working with other people and getting more into acting and directing, I understand now that writing is part of a much bigger process. You're part of a team. You know, you're working with a producer, a director, you're working with the actors. So I think I would put much more emphasis now on the teamwork aspect of the creativity, because that's what really makes the magic fly.
Yeah, you've moved around a little bit and done a few things. Is there a favourite sort of part of that sector that you like to do? Acting, directing, writing? What's your favourite?
I really can't tie it down to any one thing now, because each time I do one part of it, like the directing, I think, oh yeah, this is my favourite part, I absolutely love it. And then I get an acting role and I think, yes, I absolutely love the acting. And then somebody asks me to help with writing a script and I think, yes, I absolutely love the writing. So everything I do is my favourite bit at any one time. So I just love the whole plurality of it, the whole multi-dimensional aspect of my creative life.
It has its seasons, doesn't it? Not like writing, acting, directing, and then it goes up and down. It comes and goes.
Very much so. And sometimes I find if I'm acting in a project, I can often provide some feedback on the script. I can help with tweaking the script or doing little bits of rewrites if they're needed, because actors and writers should always work together. So when they are one and the same person, in my case, it's quite easy for me to look at a script and say, yeah, that bit works really well, or you could maybe change that bit, maybe make that bit of dialogue sound a bit more natural. So it's really fun to take part in that part of the creative process.
Have any of your scripts been turned into films or gone to stage?
Yes, we did a film a few weeks ago called What's Inside, which I believe, Andre, you might have actually acted in.
Oh, it's a loaded question.
You're just doing everything, man.
And that was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed doing that. We were working with Anthony Chiller, who was the producer on that. So it was his idea originally, and he asked me to help write the script. So we collaborated together and came up with a script on that, and we worked with you guys, with the actors, and we just came up with, we're very, very proud of the result. It was a short film that we hope eventually to develop into a feature-length project, but it was, yeah, that was a really, really fun project to write, and to see you guys bring it to the screen and to see the other actors working on it, it was just magical. So good.
Well, congratulations. That would have been just such a great experience to watch that finally happen for you.
It was. It really, when you write the words on the page and then you see actors bringing those words to life, you feel like a proud parent, you know, and like you're putting your baby out into the world. It's such a good feeling.
So do you have anything in the works that you might do the same thing for now, or you're sort of holding off on that for a bit?
Not writing scripts as such, but I have directed a couple of music videos in the past. There's the Revelation Film Festival has a competition going on where they get musicians to contribute songs to their website, and then potential directors come along, listen to those songs, and decide which one they want to make a music video for. So we did this a couple of years ago when it happened last time, before COVID, and it's happening again this year now. So I've chosen a song which I really like, and I'm working with the musician at the moment, and we're going to hopefully start shooting a music video in the next couple of weeks.
And is he a local musician, or is he?
Yes, it's always local WA musicians, so that you can actually get together with the musician. Some of the musicians choose to be in the video, and some of them prefer not to be. This singer hopefully wants to be in the video herself, so we're very much looking forward to collaborating on that and putting together a great music video, because that is also so much fun, and it's actually quite easy to do a music video because you don't have to worry about sound. Everybody that works in the film industry knows that sound is such an important thing to get right, but the hard work there is already done. The musician has already done the sound, so I just have to work on the visuals, and I'm really excited and looking forward to doing that.
Well, if you need an actor and an actress, you know, just saying.
I don't know any, unfortunately.
No, I'm so hurt. One of the bigger projects that you were involved last year was Boys in the Band.
Yes, I'm on the committee of the Grads Theatre Group, which is the Graduate Dramatic Society, who are based originally around UWA. They've been going for about 50 years now. And The Boys in the Band was an iconic American gay play from 50 years ago, which the director Barry Park decided to revive in Perth, and I helped out with doing publicity for that, and we had an absolutely amazing time. The play went really well. It was very well received by audiences.
I watched it, so it was pretty good. I was there, yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad you came along.
I really enjoyed it.
My publicity worked. You came along to see it. Yeah, it was, even though it was quite dated from being a gay play from 50 years ago, so some of the language was kind of out of date, and nowadays you'd listen to that language and think, ooh, okay, you can't really say that these days, but in the context of a play, it works perfectly. So the guys, the cast were wonderful, it all gelled, the audiences were very, very receptive, and yeah, it went down really well, so I was very proud to be involved in that project.
You also did mention that it was the first local group to...
That's right, yes. Grads became the first local community theatre group to be invited to perform in the State Theatre Centre of WA. So we were very, very proud of that achievement. And yeah, translating the play from its original setting in the Dolphin Theatre into the State Theatre Centre, it just worked so well. It was a beautiful setting, and the actors loved it, the audiences loved it. We had a fantastic time. So big kudos to the State Theatre Centre of WA for inviting us. We were very, very lucky and very privileged to work there.
That's so amazing. You've clearly had tons of success in this industry. I just feel like you're rattling off all these amazing things you've done and doing. Do you have any advice for someone who's getting into the industry and looking to do something like you?
There's lots of networking events that go on and lots of Facebook groups. So when I moved over from the UK, before I even arrived in Perth, I joined up with some of the Facebook groups for acting and filmmaking, and so I was able to hit the ground running as soon as I got here.
Something to do, yeah.
Yeah, and there were networking events organised, and I got straight into doing some extras work on various films. For people who are just starting out in the acting business, I would thoroughly recommend getting as many extras jobs as you can, because you're going to meet a lot of other actors, you're going to learn things from being on a film set, you get to network with people and find out what's going on. So extras work, going to any audition you can get your hands on, even if you're not 100% suitable, if the part is suitable for you, just go along anyway, because auditioning is not just about trying to get a part, it's also about networking and meeting people, keeping your ear to the ground, finding out what's going on, becoming part of the scene, part of the Perth creative community, which is a very, very supportive community. So yeah, anything you can do that gets you involved with the networking of the groups of people that are doing all these things is very much a plus.
That's really good advice. Thank you. So do you have any resources that have helped you along the way?
Facebook has been such a good thing, actually. So people have a love-hate relationship with social media, but there are so many things being promoted on Facebook now and on the other various social media platforms. So even for those who are just a little shy, a little timid, not quite sure how to get involved, just getting on the groups on the internet is that's one of the best resources you can have these days. It's so much easier for actors and creatives now than it was back in the day before the internet and social media, where people were literally knocking on doors, physically knocking on doors, saying, please let me in, please help me out here. But now it's so much easier.
I think the one aspect is if people don't know that's what you do, it's hard for them to approach you to get to do it. You know? So social media, in a way, helps for people that are up and coming to at least expose themselves to others. And show a little snippets of what they can do. Well, that's at least what I do.
Exactly, yeah. People spend time building their Instagram profiles now, and TikTok and all the other platforms. So it's such a valuable resource now.
So you said you're in To Kill a Mockingbird at the moment. So who are you playing there?
I'm playing a character called Cunningham. So he is a friend of the main character, the lawyer Atticus Finch. But he's very, very impoverished, very disadvantaged, and he can. There's a very sad scene I have where I have to pay my lawyer in vegetables, literally vegetables, because I have no money. To Kill a Mockingbird is set during the Depression era in America. People were absolutely dirt poor. So yeah, my character is very, very impoverished, but. A very unfortunate side effect of that was that the issues around racial discrimination, racism, they really came to the fore during that time. So my character, unfortunately, he's influenced and becomes swayed into becoming part of a lynch mob. And there's a very, very confronting scene where myself and the other members of the lynch mob are out to get this black guy who's been accused of a crime. And Atticus Finch has to try and protect this guy. So it's a very powerful play. It's a play I've always loved, a story I've always loved. So when the opportunity came up to be involved in this, I literally jumped at it. Funnily enough, we actually read the play during lockdown when Jane Sherwood, the director, organised some play reading groups, some play reading exercises over Zoom to keep us busy and active during lockdown. And that was To Kill a Mockingbird was one of the plays that we read. And that rekindled my interest in it. And I said, if you ever do this live on stage, I would love to be a part of this. And sure enough, it's on stage now at the Sterling Theatre. So we're really excited to be a part of that.
Are there any short films coming up? So we know you got the 2 plays, but do you have anything in the film side of things?
I'm involved in I just finished filming on a film called Fading Numbers, which is the Holocaust film that's being done here in Perth. So typical of my bad guy role, I played the ultimate bad guy. I was a Nazi officer in that one, so that was really quite a tough part to get my head around. That was quite it's going to be quite harrowing when that film comes out.
So you've clearly been doing this for a while. Do you have anyone that's influenced you, like anyone that got you into the field or someone you aspire to be like?
I kind of drifted into it, really. I wasn't actively planning to become an actor, director, writer, and all these things together. But I was back in the UK when I was doing my writing, and I was thinking about maybe getting involved in acting. And a brochure came through my letterbox from the local council advertising adult learning classes. And so that's how I got involved in acting classes, and I was also doing the dancing classes at the same time. And my acting tutor back in Liverpool was a big fan of Shakespeare, so she sparked my love of all things Shakespearean. And she also wrote a play set around the same time as the Shakespeare plays, and she said, I want you guys to be in my play. So I didn't even have to audition for my first role. I was just given the role by my acting tutor. At the same time, I started doing some other classes about filmmaking. So I learned how to do more work behind the camera. And it all just started to come together, really. So by the time I left the UK and came to Australia, I was chomping at the bit, really ready to hit the ground running and get going with everything I could get involved in. So it was just so much fun to just, even though it's had a slow start and I just accidentally drifted into these things, now I feel like I'm firing on all cylinders. It's just the creativity is just sparking left, right and centre. It's wonderful.
Yeah, Nigel, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. We really appreciate your time.
Real pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And what do we have on this week, Annabelle?
Oh goodness, so much going on this week, guys. So this week we are starting the West Australian Ballet is performing Giselle from the 13th of May to the 22nd of May. So that is coming up, guys. And that's going to be at 7:30 at His Majesty's Theatre. So please go check that out. Tickets can be purchased on scoop.com.au. We've also got Margaret River Readers and Writers Festival from the 14th of May to the 16th of May. That's at Margaret River Heart. Tickets can be purchased as well on scoop.com.au. We've also got the famous Caprettos going to be performing on the 17th of May to the 23rd of May, so doors open at 5:15. Go check them out online. We've got Earth, Sea and Sky Australian Guitar performing at 7:30 at Richard Gill Auditorium, so there's going to be a lovely performance there. And last but not least, you've got the 20th Ord Valley Muster going on the May 17th to May 29th at the Hughes Amphitheatre. And there's multiple events there, including arts, comedy, rodeo, dining, and more. So please go check that out, guys. It's going to be an amazing event. Hi guys, thank you so much for watching the show. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click the notifications bell to be up to date on all of our content. And please comment below and check out our socials, the descriptions are down below.
We also like to thank our sponsors, Malaga Print and Signs. And for all your social media needs, please contact Karen and Vicki, whose links will be at the bottom of this page as well.
I'm Annabelle Earth.
And I'm Andre Rodrigues.
And this is In 5. Don't forget to tune in next week, guys.
See ya.